most cruel sights you have ever seen cannot match the shock of this motion picture experience.
Scalpel slashing, arm twisting, axe hacking motorcycle maniacs.
From the depths of this unholy tomb,
Terror.
Hide if you can.
Together, the pair everyone is talking about.
Welcome to Terrible Delights.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, night.
Could be any time.
Could be any time. Could be anywhere.
Yeah, technically. We could be big in Venezuela.
People could be listening on the International Space Station.
Why not?
As they're conducting space experiments.
If we hear about any accidents up there where they just like crash on purpose or something, they're probably listening to us.
Oh, all right. Well, laughing so hard.
Yeah, that's right. Just knee slapping and lose control.
When you slap your knee in space, can anyone hear it? But hey, we're terrible delights, by the way. Spit it out. Hi, I am Bill. As always, cohorting with Scott.
That's me.
And we generally pick a movie that ranges from anywhere in the 70s to about the mid 80s that would be considered potentially grindhouse material.
We've been really hitting that mid 80s a lot lately.
Yeah, we've been more in the 80s this season, I think. We're down to the early 80s though.
Yeah,
Cooled it off a little bit.
I think I'm bringing this back up next week. But
That's okay. It's fine. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
So my choice this week was Taiwanese.
This is a perfect choice for you, by the way. This is exactly when you and I discussed doing this show. This is exactly the kind of movie that I anticipated. So.
Hey, all right. Well, I'm glad I found it. Taiwanese, I call it a martial arts fantasy movie that
with sci-fi music and sound effects.
Oh yeah, and minor slapstick.
That's right. Yes.
But it is a 1981 movie called Thrilling Bloody Sword. Hopefully there'll be some type of trailer right here for you to listen to.
No trailer available. We are ever so sorry.
Yeah, and I hope it was full of weird sounds. I was going to make something put together like a sound clip just in case you didn't have one. Mm-hmm. And I was just going to make really terrible synth sounds and then just overlay like the sound of like chickens clucking and like other random sounds. And that's the background of this.
I'm sure that would be very accurate because you do have that in this movie.
There's all sorts of crazy sounds in this movie.
There are. And crazy sights too.
Crazy sights, crazy sounds, lots of lasers turning into fire.
Yes. I do want to say, it's on YouTube. On YouTube
Terrible
channel.
Quality, but it's the best there is.
I think it's the best. It was from what I've read, there was only one surviving print. So there is a couple places where one place you can currently get it on Blu-ray. It's goldninjavideo.com currently has it. I'm guessing that's wherever they was ripped to YouTube, got it from that is my guess. But it's supposed to be coming. There's another website called Error 4444. It looks like it's supposed to be coming soon to there. What's funny is the price right now is $999,999, which I'm sure is malarkey.
Oh, maybe it'll be an amazing print, and they're just like, you know what? Let's milk it.
I may be, but all the stuff all the coming soon stuff is that price for some strange reason. So
it's by the same company that brought you Scissor Penis. So
yeah, and super secret Japanese film.
That's fun.
So yeah, that's where you can buy it on Gold Ninja Video as a Blu-ray double pack with a Revengeful Swordsman. Currently, you can't buy it alone; that's sold out. So I guess it was popular.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So there you go.
I did see the Somerville Theater website, which is near us, kind of has a page for it, which makes you go, I wonder if they showed this at some point.
Yeah, I looked at that, but I didn't see like a date of any sort.
No, but I'm like, why else would they be cataloging it? You know?
Yeah, they must have acquired the Blu-ray and played it off that.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe they had the original, the only remaining 35 millimeter print.
It's rough. I mean, the only print seems to have multiple subtitles, and they're kind of washed, and the background is so bright that it's very hard to read.
White on white a lot of the time.
and they might be some of the worst translations I've ever read.
Hey,
I mean,
that makes it
makes
better, I think.
it does for a lot of it, yes.
Yeah, it adds a
Um,
layer of entertainment value.
but there were definitely times where I'm just like, I don't even know. I'm not even reading it. I'm just watching it and trying to figure it out. And I think
you
it
just
made as much sense as if I read it.
give your own interpretation of what's happening. That's probably going to be as good as anything that's supposed to be happening.
I really think I did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did like the we heard a lot the opening credit music.
Mm-hmm.
That
Kind of
was
Star Warsy almost.
kind of like not quite. Is it who did it? Was it Neko who did the disco stuff?
Oh, Miko.
Sorry,
MECO. I don't know. You're right.
I was thinking of the Wafer Company.
Yes, not the Waver Company.
But it was kind of a disco-y, synthy.
Star Wars, yeah.
But in the opening credits, it was they were just like highlights of the movie with a negative effect put over it.
Yeah,
which made so that was fine. But then it just starts off with get a fireball in space with digital sounds. Is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I told you, I texted you. For the first few minutes of this movie, I was like, "Oh, it's science fiction." I thought they were on a spaceship.
Yeah, based on what you saw, but also the audio.
The sounds, yes.
Yeah, a synthy soundtrack with
it's
beep
like
boops.
It's like samurais in space. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been just as fine. Would have made just as much sense. Yeah, exactly. So what we have happening though is there is the queen is pregnant while this fireball seems to be hurtling towards the Earth.
Yeah.
As it gets closer, it becomes more intense for her, and the fireball goes inside of her belly somehow, like through.
Yeah, don't know. Couldn't figure that out. Don't know what happened here exactly, but
what I like is this: as soon as it goes in, she immediately gives birth to like what I call the giant pulsating bean. Is how I described it.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, it looks like a what are those red hots? Those little.
Yeah, like a really messy one though.
Oh yeah, it's sloppy.
Like the coating is melting off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The fact that it's pulsating though was kind of very gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Yep, I do like how the king came over, momentarily concerned with his wife before turning to the thing and just going, "What a devil!"
Yeah, he doesn't want it. He wants to get rid of that fucking thing.
Yeah, and not
like literally get rid of it. I don't.
Yeah, throw it away. Yes.
Yeah.
And not that it's going to matter with possibly spoiling it for anyone who may be listening because they're probably gonna watch it maybe or understand as much as we did, but
I don't think you can spoil this movie.
Nothing ever comes of the fact that like a fireball from space merged with the baby in the womb. Like the woman doesn't have power.
Baby goes up fine. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing it did was cause her to have a disgusting shell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still a baby inside.
Yeah.
Why is it pulsing though?
I don't know. Couldn't figure any of that out. And then the king is like, "Get this thing out of here." And by the way, the queen is now dead.
Yeah.
She dies while shooting this thing out.
Get this thing out of here, and my wife.
And this is when I'm like, "Oh, we're not on a spaceship. Are we still on? Are we on an alien land where there's a couple of people carrying it and they throw it like into water?"
Maybe the spaceship had a river.
Just on it?
Yeah.
Right. It's a big spaceship.
Very low. Yeah, it was planet size.
Okay. Listen, I'll buy that. That's as accurate as anything else that could be.
Yeah, exactly. So before they send it off in the river, the old man, the king's advisor, we'll say.
The guy that has the little thing sticking out from the back of his head?
Yes, that man.
Yeah.
He puts I think they describe it as a jade charm with the baby. And sets it up down the river. And now we cut to the 7 dwarves of the Happy Forest. And this is the comedy.
They're not. Yeah, they're not. They're just regular sized people that
they are
further away.
Okay, like barely. They. I like the most attempts at that were get on your knees and try to run. Yeah. Yes. Like your name is normal sized dwarf tonight. So.
Yeah, it made me laugh though because it's supposed to be like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you think of Sneezy and Sleepy. They're all dopey. Like all 7 of them are just dopies.
Well, one of them is sleepy. One of them is sleeping most of the time. Well, at one point he's sleeping, and then, like when the bean comes, it's like on him, and he wakes up to it. And one guy, the heaviest who had the mohawk, looked like he had a necklace of mini bagels.
I didn't think of that, but he did. Yes.
At first, I'm like, that looks like bread, but I'm sure it's something ornamental. But later on, it's definitely bread.
Maybe the actor could have been like, "Listen, these days are long. I'm just bringing snacks." And they're like, "Well, as long as you make it into a necklace, that's fine."
Yeah. Okay, that's in my contract. I need a necklace of uncooked bagels to eat. I'm not going to toast them. I'm not going to cut them open and put cream cheese on them.
Exactly.
Yeah. But so they find this thing. They're all disgusted at first, but then immediately they're like talking about how they can cook it.
Yeah, how they can eat it. It goes through each one of them, gives an example of how they could eat it.
But it's like it's a pulsating flesh ball.
Well, they want to eat it raw, is what they decide on too.
And then one of them decides to stab it, and it just steam comes out. Right?
Yeah.
Or smoke or steam, and
Yeah.
then it turns into a baby.
What's is it Yao Gi? Something like that.
The name of the
girl princess.
Oh, the name that's what I'm looking up right now. Oh boy.
YAUR-GI.
Yargi, I think.
I don't know. She was played by Fong.
No,
that's the actress's name.
Stop.
I'm not lying.
Come on.
Her first name was Fong, Fong, and her last name was Fong, Fong -Fong.
I need to.
I cannot shitting you. Her name is Fong.
Okay. Where do you see that? I'm only asking because I'm looking at IMDb, and there's one of the cast members is Fang Fong. So
maybe she went by different names. I mean, who knows, right? With a lot of times in foreign films, you do have different spellings or different names. So
true.
I have it listed from a couple of sites I looked at as Fong. It's also possible that they just found that funny. I don't know, and then it's spread.
No.
It's hard to say.
Yeah,
Fang Fong is not much better. So
yeah, and it doesn't help that there's not a Wikipedia entry for this.
No, but Fong, I would just think like, her parents like stumbled while naming her, or like, we'll name her Fong.
Yeah,
like it just came out. Yeah,
and that was it. Once you say it out loud, it's legal.
Yep, that's how it works in Taiwan.
All right.
Yep.
Excuse me. All right, so they decide on a name, and they're going to be the dad. Yay.
Yep.
And then 17 years later, suddenly they're in the within the kingdom. Some type of lodging restaurant, and a cyclops monster of some sort, a demon, is starting to kill people.
This goes nowhere, by the way.
It kind of goes somewhere. I'll tell you how I think it goes somewhere.
All right.
So it's it kills a few people. It can change its shadow into what appears to be an attractive woman. So that
yeah, so I was gonna say it's like a silhouette of like a lady giving come hither motions, and the guys are like, whoa, doing the old Tex Avery wolf eyes.
Yep, this made me think of this could have been one of the monsters from Ultraman 2.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it was like an extra cost, and they didn't get to use. And we'll use it. And also, there's the sword's never bloody.
This is one of the few scenes with blood.
Blood, yeah. The sword's thrilling.
Blood spats on the window for one of these.
Yeah, and the demon has like the bloody chest from biting people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it attacks a bunch of people, and it's terrorizing the town. But then we cut back to the current times in the Happy Forest. I couldn't remember her name, so I just have her as the woman.
Yeah.
So at first they show she's in this area with this red glowing thing, and reading through, you gave a website 1,000 misspent hours, which actually has a cohesive explanation as to what's going on. It's some type of device that blocks like bad magic from being able to get used in this forest.
Yeah.
They do give it later on. The subtitles give it a specific name. I have it down somewhere, but I'll say it when we get to it.
Yeah.
How about that?
There you go.
Coming soon. So they're like, "Oh, don't touch that," basically, because
right.
And again, we as Scott mentioned, we were trying to read subtitles, and even when you can read them, it's hard to follow.
It's white text on a lot of white backgrounds. So
Yeah.
like, what?
And it's hard not to look at what's happening on screen because despite the quality of the film stock and everything, it was still very visually interesting. So,
but it's like an 80th generation copy. Is what it looks like. So
I kind of liked it almost looks like if someone were they were trying to make old film today, they would have this is like what they would have come up with.
I can see that.
This is the real deal. And
so while that's going on, we cut back and forth in this movie a lot.
Yes.
And this is where we're introduced to
the prince,
the exorcist lady who's going to protect the palace.
Almost, we get the prince intro first. The woman she it seems like a very minor slip she takes, and he quote unquote rescues her.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so they get all lovey dovey, but at this point, you get a little Three Stooges flavor, not just with like the slapping, because all the dads come over like, "Who is this guy? Leave our daughter alone." Yeah. And what I call the main dwarf, the guy who's wearing the brown pants and the brown vest with the mustache, he was the Mo, because he does say twice. He says "spread out" twice.
He's the Mo.
He's the Mo of the group. There's definitely, I think there was a guy with the white shirt and like kind of like a normal haircut. He was the curliest of the group.
Well, that's fair.
I didn't see I didn't really get any Larry vibes.
No, I think there were a few curlies and a couple of shemps.
Oh yeah, some shemps. Yeah, maybe it was there a Curly Joe?
Curly Joe.
They didn't even go cut it out.
Joe DeRosa.
Give you a pinch. Yeah. But then they recant when they find out he's this prince, and they give him directions because he's going to the kingdom.
Yeah.
Yes, but now we go back to the king. He's like, "Oh, there's a demon, and what are we gonna do?" You're
talking about the demon at the restaurant that was killing people a little bit.
Yes, the cyclops demon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they hire this woman that's going to protect the kingdom.
Right. She brings in her pal, her man friend.
She's full of beans.
She's full of beans, throbbing giant beans birthed from a fire comet.
That's right.
Yeah, 'cause she brings in her man friend.
Yeah.
And so at first they look evil, but they seem to be good intentioned.
Yeah.
And they fight the demon, even though they're like, "Haha, it was our creation. We're in."
They're just making it look good.
Yeah, because they defeat it, and the king's like, "Thank you. Please stay if you want to." And I think does he make one of them like a general right away?
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're this plan to usurp the king and take the crown.
Their big goal throughout this entire movie is to get the king to give up his throne so that they can take over. And I'm like, just take over. I don't understand. Why do you need them to say it? You're magical.
Yeah, they also
just take it over.
And you have help from was it Satan they're worshiping, or whatever
that thing is.
That thing with two heads, like at the head, and then like a head where its stomach should be.
Yeah, and the king's like terrified of them throughout a lot of this movie. Just say you're no longer a king, and he'd go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. They bring him in and do the mind control thing where they make him sit crisscross applesauce and float while they cast their spells. Do their hand motions. I liked how every single like finger bend was like no matter what they do with their hands.
I also don't even know why they want this kingdom. There doesn't seem to be much to it.
Yeah, I mean they could just use magic for whatever they want to have.
It's kind of weird. They're like, like that chair looks really comfortable. Do you want it? I want it. Well, we got to figure out a way to take this kingdom.
Yeah. No.
So the prince makes it home.
He makes it to. He gets to the kingdom. So yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a couple things. So we know that between this, that the woman she's lovesick for the prince, and the dwarves can't cheer her up.
Right.
But then so the prince is there, and he's brought in to he offers his services to deal with a 9-headed hydra. They call it a siren. That's the next monster.
Yeah.
Because part of the plan was, we're in now, so we're gonna make this next monster that will defeat, so will be even more in the king's favor. So he has to give us more power.
That's right. Yep.
But the prince is like, I got it. And I like how the king's like, to help you, I'll give you 4 people,
Yeah.
not my army.
You're right.
And the prince is still psyched.
Yeah.
But then we cut immediately to, it's not the battle's not taking place. It's like through the hell cave where they do their magic. Like he's watching it down there. The man exorcist. They were called exorcists at one point. So he's doing his hand stuff to like manipulate the Hydra.
Yeah, like he's like looks like when he moves his hands are coming out through the Hydra.
Yeah, because they have
like if he like pokes 2 fingers out, they'll poke the prince in the eyes, kind of a effect, yeah.
Was at this point where they had the quote unquote effect where it was like his hands were going through a circle, even though they just overlaid a circle with a space where his hands were supposed to make look like they were going through?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, A for effort, but some of the
what was it though?
C for effort. How about a C for effort?
I think that's more accurate.
Okay. So the 4 soldiers are easily killed off, but the prince, he's a fighter. He avoids all the fire and the whipping heads, and he stabs like 2 or 3 in the top of their heads, and that's enough to kill it. But it also kind of hurts the bad man who's controlling it. Makes him gives him some bloody fingers.
Yep, he's not happy.
But so word gets back to the dwarfs that he's done this. Also, this is where the woman finds a white rabbit, which turns out to be a fairy.
Can we talk about this fairy?
Sure.
All right, so I love how they did this. A fact, which is just a regular person, and they just overlaid her and made her look little
and transparent.
But transparent most of the time, but not always. Sometimes in full color. Sometimes like a blinding white, and then sometimes full color. And when she's in full color, she's like zany and goofy and making faces.
Lots of faces
all the time.
Very giggly too.
Yeah, and magical can do a lot of things, but doesn't help out very often.
Kind of. I say yes and no.
Like she could have done a lot to get them through things. Instead, she's kind of like, "I'll go scout ahead."
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And then when she gets back, she's like, "I'm too tired to fly anymore."
Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
But it seems like depends on where she is. She's like either really powerful or can't do anything.
Right. It was like if she was in all like bright white or color. Like
maybe that. Yeah. If she's washed out, she's weaker. Full color, full power.
Maybe. I'd like to think that they put that much thought into this.
Yeah. I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yes.
But so they but now the dads concoct a plan to get her to the castle to meet the prince because they think it's going to get them back together. I don't know, get them married. But the fairy gives her a nicer outfit, which is basically like a cape with a big fur collar on it, which is nice.
Yeah,
but
it's like more like a royal robe kind of.
Yeah, but and then so bagel necklace dad brings her because he has a friend on the inside.
Yeah,
I guess I don't. If it's here at some point, they all used to be generals too.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're idiots. So it's like what?
They're idiots. Were they like always small? Were they dwarf generals? Were they regular size?
That's a good question. I don't know.
But so, anyways, the bagel necklace's friend does him a solid and lets her come in as like a servant, but she's still dressed like super fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's able to bring some kind of wine to the king. And so he's like, she looks like, it comments like eventually that looks like my wife used to, and the prince of course is like, oh yeah, you're here.
Yeah,
but they feel like they're kind of too much hot water. And then the woman exorcist she's jealous because they pull a Snow White even further here. Like,
yeah,
like they say most fair, so they say something else.
I don't remember the wording,
but yeah. So it's something along those lines, and she does go to her demon like who's the best looking, and he's like, well, you were, but
and it's like,
it's the most charming. That's what they say.
I was like, she was ever really?
I guess slim pickings.
Like in the room right now.
Yeah. Then in the room right now, sure.
Sure.
So So they're trying to leave because they think they're in too much hot water. Trying to tell Bagel Necklace is they agree. Like the prince comes out, it's like, oh, well, I'll come see you at your place, and so they leave. And the woman exorcist and the man exorcist, they see the prince and like, oh, what are you doing out here? And so they essentially just out of the blue turn him into a bear.
This is the best. I have there's a website called Flick Attack.
Yes.
Who did a review of this, and they described the bear kind of perfectly. I thought, anyways. Okay. Where is it? It made me fucking laugh. That's why she turns the prince into a bear, albeit one with a smashed face that resembles Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, not accurate.
Yeah, if they were going for a real bear, do you know what a sloth bear looks like?
Yes.
I think sloth bear is probably like the most accurate for like it looks like a bear that's not right.
It's clearly just a fake bear that has one position where its paws are like it's standing up and its paws are up.
Yeah, well,
why would you pick that position?
I don't know. I have to say though, if you look up sun bear, it looks a little weird too.
I think it was supposed to be a sun bear.
Okay, well, that one's looking upsetting.
This bear is hilarious.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, it was. I sent it to a mutual friend of ours, Dave, just without context, and he's just like, "What?" Like laughing, like, "What the hell is this?" So yeah, he found it funny, but and they instead of just killing him, they turn him into a bear and they like make him disappear.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. We're bad.
Uh-huh.
And then they decide that they at first they want to kill the girl because that's going to interfere because they find out eventually that she's in fact the princess.
It's because of the charm.
Yes, the charm. Oh yeah,
like the king's aide recognizes the charm.
That's right, and he tells the king, but so
there's no conversation as to like, where did you get this charm? Did you find it? It's just like, oh my god, my daughter who came out. You must have come out of that gross egg sack thing. There's no questions whatsoever.
If I'd only waited 20 minutes.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry I threw you into the water to drown
immediately
in your egg sack, but I'm happy you were brought up by 7 dads.
Yes, 7 short dads.
7 dads who used to be generals, but clearly I didn't think that was a good idea because I banished them to the woods.
Yeah. It's a good life.
Yeah.
So we cut back to Dwarf House. And the bear just that's where he was sent to because he's like drunkenly like walking on his hind legs. But the prince, the fairy we find out has some type of special vision so we can see what you really look like.
Yeah.
So I like how the editing was cutting back and forth between the bear and the prince who had to like walk like he was trapped inside a bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oscar winning.
Yep. And so the solution to that is what it looked like to me was they had him get into soapy water, like fully submerged and it was for 7 days in this.
Yeah.
They say it's an iron like bucket. That's not iron.
No. It's like wooden.
It's probably cardboard.
Yeah. It's
cardboard and electrical tape.
Yeah.
So, but he has to stay in there for 7 days. You cannot open the top or he'll die. And she wants to do it immediately. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
And even like the dads, like they're even smarter. Like, no, if you do that, he's gonna die.
Well,
cut it out.
That's what they say.
I think I'm not saying
out.
Yeah, it might as well have been, but they didn't really fairly give enough time to all 7 dwarf dads.
You don't think so?
No, Mohawk Bagel Necklace. He got some time. Mo. And then the main curly with the white shirt and the regular haircut.
Yeah.
But then the rest, like, were kind of like a little more backgroundy. The words in here. There's one who had like a woman's voice.
Yeah, what was that all about?
I don't know.
I didn't notice that, and I just went like, fits kind of in. Yeah.
And there was also the one that had long hair, but he had looks like they completely shorn top of his head. He was a little more heavy set too. He was a secondary. He got some lines, but he reminded me of Oh hell, what was the other weird? I know we've done a few weird martial arts movies. Actually, I think it had sword in the title. I can't even think of it. I'll get back to that because I can't think right now. This movie's got me too confused.
You're not kidding.
And so while that's happening, someone knocked over the device that kept evil from being able to locate this place.
Yeah.
And they called it an exorcist altar in the movie.
Okay.
Yes. Well, let's not forget too that everyone decides to beat up the curly dwarf at one point.
Yeah.
They gang up on him.
Yeah.
But the bad guy, the main bad exorcist, he arrives, and he makes strong wind. That's what he does. He doesn't kill anyone. He just makes it really windy. It blows the cover off the thing, which is apparently too early. But the prince is fine. He's in there. He's just covered in soap and like, ugh. And but he takes the woman, the princess, and off he goes. That's it.
I'm trying to remember, man. This movie, there really is like a lot going on. It's very fast.
It is. It's rapid fire, and I think, like you said, I'm sure because it's such a poor print and a combination of poor editing and just in their minds, I'm sure they were doing something cohesive. It's not cohesive.
Yeah,
so it makes it hard to follow.
It totally does. Yeah, I don't remember when things happen because he gets out and he's fine. When he gets out of the
almost immediately. So it's the Devil's Sword.
Yeah.
There was a character in that, one of the main bad guys had the flying guillotine. He had like the totally bald top with the long hair all around it. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't?
I don't.
Oh. You remember Laser Hands, I hope.
Yeah, you can't forget Laser Hands because every time you shoot a laser, it turns into fire.
Okay, fine.
Which I love. It's like a terrible laser effect and then just explosions.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I don't think it's how lasers work at all, but okay.
Nope. So they're now in the Hell Cave again. This is where they get mind control of her, and this is where you had these other two like weird like paper mache women's giant heads floating around. That were, I think,
creepy.
I think there were people that were holding them when they weren't in use.
Oh, we probably were like black costumes,
black cloaks or something. Yeah. But that was just another really trippy scene of like the heads flying around her, and there was like a fire circle.
There's a lot of creatures coming up, and they're all fucking bizarre.
Yes, it made me think of like they just wanted to turn into an arcade game at this point.
I thought the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly what it was. It
definitely has that feel. Yeah.
Yeah. Because so they possess the woman's mind, and she's convinced that she wants to marry the male exorcist.
Yeah.
And the king is fine with this because they rescued his daughter because that was what they were tasked to do. They don't know how they did it, but they got her back, so he's all good.
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, the other prince he's fine now. The fairy has helped, and she has a plan to help get the girl back. And so the first part is going like under a lake.
Yeah, I believe that's right. Yeah.
Into a lake, but he gets this thunder sword and the special magic cloth that he wears.
Yeah,
just that was
like an Ultramanish outfit.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a fun outfit.
Very pointy. Everything's pointy.
Yeah, spiky.
Yeah.
So he gets that, and it's explained like it has like special powers because what ends up happening like 68 or 67 times is he puts the sword close to his belt, and there's like a lightning bolt, and then they play the same music every time.
It's funny though because he has a special magic sword, and he does use it once, where it immediately takes someone down. But every other time he uses it, he then just sword fights like regular. Like it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, it's not really good against the bad guys.
And you're in like a fight. It's like, hold on. I got to charge this thing. And you gotta like, put it down and let it charge. It's like,
you hear him counting to himself. 5, 6, 7.
It made me laugh several times.
So the first one, it's weird. It cuts back to the bad exorcist. He's talking to his double-headed demon god who's mad because he's deviating from whatever plan they had. And he's just like tough. But all that comes of that is the demon like statue thing makes a bunch of like heads float around him. I think I described it as he fights off demon head cookies because they look like cookies. And after that happens, that they're pals again. He's like giving him the thing's giving this exorcist information that he needs. It was weird.
Are we almost at the point where he fights the people with the swimming flippers on?
Yes, that's where we are now. It's I have it as a flying chicken lizard and frogmen. The best I could.
Yeah, and they're like flapping wildly while wearing flippers, but they're all like dyed black.
Clearly scuba gear that they're wearing. No effort to make it look like an animal.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. And then other things look like kind of like bats.
Yeah, I don't know
like,
either. It's
kinda, but it's just like a guy with like a bat head, like, and he's on like a rope just swinging back and forth.
Yeah, that's more or less.
It's pretty awesome.
So this is where he has easy success when activating the sword. He cuts the flying chicken lizard in half.
Yeah, but not. I mean, not really.
Well, I think it does. It splits. I think it actually splits in half, like after the fact. But that's all that happens. The frog things aren't really like attacking him; they're just kind of there.
Yeah, but they're like hopping back and forth, and they make a racket.
Yeah, they raise a ruckus, if you would. They're distracting.
Weird sounds.
Yeah.
Really, a lot of high pitched and clicky sounds.
Yeah, so that's like a minor boss level.
That's right. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. So from there, I think the full revelation of the bad guys. They trap the king. Yeah. The king wants to get his daughter out there because it's not safe. He doesn't feel it's safe anymore because they know what's going on. They've figured it out. But the cage they're in, it's just like a circle of like fishing line. But if you touch it, you disappear to death.
You disappear, right?
Yeah, you're done for.
But it's not. It's just there's not even a sound. It's just boop.
Yeah, you're just gone. You just blue glow, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
And so that's happening, and then the prince, he passes along 3 people he knows that were not in the story at all before. 3 guys in like their white cloth things.
Yeah, and we've missed the part where they got sent out to find the prince because that's what they're doing. According to the dialogue that's there, they were sent out to find the prince, and it's like, oh, what good luck, we found you.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't even notice that.
And then it's like, let us join you, and he's like, yes.
Yeah, he's very delighted. Company.
Yeah. They last like 3 minutes.
Oh, maybe yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, they're trying to get to Magic Mountain. I believe that's what they keep calling it, Magic Mountain.
Correct, Magic Mountain. Yep.
Which has the Magic Palace, which has a box, because what they need to do, according to the fairy, is free this other magician type thing that's trapped in a box that the other 2 bad exorcists got them into. Yeah. And by doing so, he should help the prince. Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page about that.
Yep.
So they before they
one
of
the clearer parts of the movie. Right?
Yes, it is. So they come to this point where there are these 4 kind of like bronze warriors.
So they're like statues, but they're clearly just people painted dark.
Yeah. Could they just walked by them?
They don't know what they are exactly, so they just start hitting them with swords.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yes, let's provoke these in case might come to life and attack us.
And then the prince thinks that they're tied to the 2 exorcist people.
Yes.
Which I mean, he's probably right. So, but they're like whack, 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 like hitting them with swords. So like, and you hear the same like metallic sound,
clang. Yeah. But then they all suddenly do come to life, and one of the guys in white gets immediately like punched off the mountain.
It's kind of awesome. He gets like punched into the distance.
It's like he's like Wile E. Coyote falling off a cliff. He just keeps going. Yeah. And then the other 2 are killed pretty easily too. That they no fight in them.
None at all.
But we do find out that there's these bronze warriors don't appear to have any weak points. They seem to be immortal.
But you have the fairies along though.
Yeah, and this is where, like you had mentioned, you actually can see what she looks like in close-ups because it's not some weird effect where it's just washed out.
Yeah, she's in color here.
And her wand is just like a wand with a red star on top, like a toy you'd buy at a store.
I was saying like a child's wand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she can also, even though she's miniature, like really tiny, she's easily seen by one of the Titans.
Yeah. But because she also uses her magic vision, she can find out their weak points
but only one by one.
One by one, yep.
Yeah, you gotta take it down one by one.
And despite the fact that she's yelling out the weak points, that doesn't stop. That doesn't change the plan of attack.
Nor will they gang up and attack more than one at a time, because that would not be fair.
Right, exactly. If anything, they have respect for their combatants.
Although he does get punched into the distance once too, and she uses her little wand to pull him back.
See, she has some power.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Use it more. Why can't she take one of these guys down? You know their weak spot.
I don't know. But I do like.
you think I'm actually like telling. Why?
Yeah.
Come on, Bill.
Yelling at me. Just keep me out of it. That's between you and her. All right.
Yeah. So strange.
So the first one has a weak armpit. And that one, I like that one.
They don't call it armpit though. What do they call it? She called it something funny. I forget what it was. Shit.
Oh, I don't remember.
The names for all these things the translations weren't good.
No, especially the last one. But I did like this one. That's the first one. It could disappear at will, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, but it's very much like you know exactly where it's gonna be.
It's like a video. It's like a video game. You follow the pattern.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one's off, and then the next one has a weak waist. So that one gets cut in half. Terrible effect. That's like something I would try to pull off in iMovie. I think probably do a better job of.
I like the third one is a weak spot in the forehead.
No, mouth.
I'm sorry, the mouth. But it's like, I mean, you'd go for the head anyways, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and also
it's a terrible weak spot. It's like what people would aim for anyways.
But once someone yells out your weakness and it's your mouth, keep your mouth shut.
No, he opens it like he's gonna deep throat the sword.
Yelling. The whole time. Then the last one, she declares he has a weak hip.
but every time she calls out a weakness, we see as the viewer like a scan view of the body, and it gets highlighted where the weak spot is, and it's clearly his asshole.
It's definitely his asshole. And they really focus on that when he gets stabbed in the asshole. The shots zooming in and out, cutting.
He gets impaled on the ass and held up by a sword that's in his ass.
Yep.
Sorry, his hip.
Yes, hip. Maybe hip is Taiwanese for asshole.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That made me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, it's just in his asshole. Yep.
But that does it. So he defeats them. I think he gets like sucked into like a clear, like a transparent part of a wall.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what was happening.
Yeah, but he gets inside, and this is the weirdest mini boss too, because it was, you'd have at different points. First off, there's like one wall that's all gross and slimy, so gross, and then there are like these like melted cheese or raw meat arms that grab at him. At one point,
cheese arms, that's right. Yeah,
and then later on, what I call the flying meatball.
Mm-hmm.
That gets tricked, and then you have the you get the wind up denture toy.
Well, yeah, the chattering teeth.
Giant ones with sharp teeth.
Yeah, but they have chattering teeth, but they have fangs.
Yeah, but that one's pretty easily it's clumsy. It crashes into a wall, loses its teeth, and cries and runs away.
Yeah.
Then the weirdest part is just getting attacked by the legs.
Yeah,
right.
That's crazy.
And again, they're like melted cheese or raw meat legs. It's very formidable.
And I don't know, I guess if you haven't seen this, it is every one of these scenes is like super over the top colors and sounds.
Very bright.
It's very, very acid flashback. Kind of like you're like, What is happening? It's like
You-
everything is designed to overwhelm your senses.
Well, you were saying before we started recording that you had to stop and lay down.
I
You mean
was
that
watching
literally?
it and I was just like, I can't. I'm just going. I went to sleep. Like I just couldn't take it. I couldn't handle anymore. I started watching it kind of late, and I was like, I can't. I figured it would just be like a lay back watch the plot,
Lay back,
And
yeah.
and it's like your brain is just trying to process everything that's happening, and it's just like no, like these are things that aren't real. Like they make no sense.
Yeah, it only gets worse or
Yeah.
crazier because so he appears to fight off the legs, but then all the pieces come together, so it's like a raw meat, melty cheese body thing.
Yeah.
But instead of attacking him, it's like someone attached a string to its head, and then they just like spun him around like a. It was like in like the airplane position, but it was like spinning around just with its head in the middle the whole time. That was its attack
Yeah,
form.
very, very strange.
Yeah, I mean he does
One of
eventually-
the weirder, and they're all pretty fucking weird.
Now, this is the weirdest I'd say, just because it's pieces and then it comes together. It's even weirder when it's all together.
I'm with you.
But he uses some gem on his belt that he throws at it, and that causes it to
Well,
explode. Right?
he thinks to himself, like he's hearing back a description of his little suit, and
Yep.
yeah, one of the stones explodes.
Yeah. But also afterwards, it turns into the key he needs for the box that he needs to get. It was. I like the. I found that interesting. Like that box, I think was trapped inside of. It kind of made me think of Zardoz.
Oh, I can see that kind of
The
yeah.
masks and the flying head.
Mm-hmm.
So he puts the key in, and it releases whatever the hell
Yep.
this thing is.
No sexy Sean Connery though.
No, we don't have it. Well, we could probably do Zardoz if it's the time frame. Maybe.
I think I'm okay with never seeing Zardoz again.
Fine. Maybe like episode like 500.
Yeah, it's 74.
Yeah. But it so again, it's this like a gigantic ass-headed man with a perm,
Yeah,
and she's psyched
The
that he's
most-
out.
the most modern hair of the thing, and he also is wearing a little eye makeup.
Oh
It's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Well, I think
And
the
and
prince
has
was, too.
has a nose ring.
Yeah, which comes into play later.
It does. Yeah.
Not surprisingly. So he's like, he grants him one wish, and he's like, I want to kill these two bad guys. And he's like, those sons of bitches,
Yeah. he
I'm
knows.
in.
Yep.
So then we're back at the castle because the bad guys have been slowly killing off. They kill off
Everyone but the
king's
king
advi-
and the king and
yeah,
the
like
princess.
the
really.
advisors, one of them. Yeah, but they're teasing like, we're gonna, if you don't give up the throne, we're gonna kill your daughter.
Yeah.
I think he's about to do that, but then the prince and ass head perm arrive.
Again, just take it.
Yeah, you have been prepped. You can
Just
literally
take it.
sit in the chair and just go, mine.
Like that's literally what would happen back with the kingdoms. People
Yeah.
would take them over.
You-
They
like,
weren't.
you-
They weren't like you didn't have to sign the deed to the castle.
and he also had the army under his control too.
Right.
No one, like two guys came to the aid of the king, and they were killed immediately. So
Right.
Hmm.
Well, the
But,
rescue squad's here.
yes, so this I didn't really get into detailed notes really at this point because it's just so crazy and ridiculous. But the first thing that I put was they were doing sizzling hands patty cakes. 'Cause it did like a high 10. And it was just like, and
Yeah.
and then there was sword fights. But there was every time the sword hit, it was like laser sounds.
Yeah, this is all like science fiction sound effects for the fight.
Yeah, no clingety clangs.
No.
Lots of people flying around. Lots of hand formations. Again, you had the a laser that was shooting with fire would come out at the end of the laser.
Yeah.
But the acid perm, he shot something off the top of his like a blue ring off the top of his spear that did nothing. He shot the skull off of it. That did nothing. And he took his nose ring out and it grew into like a clear ring that he threw as a weapon.
It's funny too because the way he takes it out and then like puts it like behind his head
Yeah.
and then brings it out and it's like so someone can hand him the bigger one.
Yeah.
Like, now that's a practical effect.
Practical effect. Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, it looks like just like a disc, like a plastic disc.
It was all weird, but she gets hurt because he can't defeat them. So this is when the Thunder Sword is activated for the last time, and but then they have their own swords. Well, the bad guy has like a giant. It looks like a clear plastic sword with like an additional dagger tip on the end of it that can come off.
Yep.
And then the woman exorcist has like a weird black short kind of dagger thing. So it's just weird sword play.
They were trying to make him look. I don't know if they're trying to make it like futuristic or more fantasy like, but the budget's a little low. So
bit of both.
There's a lot of just like Frankenstein monstering things together.
Yeah. But he just ends up defeating them. Like they
quickly. Yeah,
he does. They tried to do some like hand business and it didn't work, and he's able to. I like how they the effect for them getting put into the face box. It's just clearly they just like one of those things where it's like a split screen. And they just keep walking, and then just suddenly disappear. They don't shrink.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like if you had like a video camera in like the 80s, you had that effect on there where you could like you have like half the room as a still shot, and it looks like you walk through and just disappear.
Yeah,
that's for this movie.
Right.
Yep. And so they're gone, and everyone's happy. It suddenly ends, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Boom. All done.
Yep.
So
it's like 100 miles an hour that it's just stopped.
Yeah, and it's like into bed, like face down into the village, just gone, done.
This movie's nuts.
Yeah,
I can't stress enough how ridiculous the fight scenes are in a very good way. I mean, they're stupid ridiculous.
Yes,
and it's like you described, like the weird kind of frogmen, like they're so bizarre looking. It's just like, what? Like you could just describe like, oh well, they're wearing scuba gear. They are, but it's like it's still crazy.
Yeah, they've modified, except the flippers. The flippers were clearly just flippers.
And it's just the way they move and stuff. It's all really weird. Everyone's contorting weirdly, and
then there was like falling over, not fighting.
At one point, you see you can see an ass.
Oh, I remember that.
I rewound because I'm like, that guy just show his ass.
Oh, what, the frog people?
Yeah. Because he's like flipping. You just see an ass like through the mesh costume.
Like,
oh my god, they're naked.
No underpants for that guy.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy fucking movie.
So, do you, based on the kind of weird martial arts movies, do you think this is the weirdest so far?
Ultraman's still pretty up there.
It is. I think that was still more coherent than this.
Yeah, Ultraman was kind of like cooler too.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is just non-stop insanity for like an hour and a half until it just ends.
Yeah.
It doesn't really slow down.
Oh no.
And I think it's made more crazy by the fact that you can't even understand what's happening half the time because the subtitles are so washed out. So you're like going back and forth. You're reading partial sentences and like looking up, and then all of a sudden there's just someone wearing like a bat head, and you're just like, what's even happening?
It cuts from like a sword fight to a guy eating a hamburger with his feet. Like what?
Yeah, it's a lot of like, I don't know what's happening here, but that's okay. Like it doesn't really matter why it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want me to rate this thing?
Sure. I'm sure it's going to be at least a 12 or a 13.
No, I mean, I enjoyed it for the insanity that it is. Is it a well-made movie? Absolutely not. Is it well acted? I would probably think not.
Yeah.
Special effects are ridiculously bad. Everything about this movie screams terrible, but it is ridiculously over the top fun. It just goes. And I think if it was made like a really polished version of this story, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's not that great a story. You know what I mean? This movie serves the story well by being as ridiculous as it is. It's a weird version of Snow White morphed with like kung fu sci-fi. It makes no sense whatsoever. and I liked it a lot. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh wow, that's higher than me.
I really,
Awesome.
I thought it was really fun.
When I chose it, I'm like, Scott's either gonna like really enjoy this or just be pissed at me.
Yeah,
One of the two. But I'm glad it went that way.
Yeah.
No, I thought I could have watched this without even the incoherent subtitles and still probably enjoyed it just as much. Just because
it makes as much sense with or without.
Yeah, I chose it solely based on visuals. Like I watched the trailer and I was like, yes. And then when I got the movie and I skimmed through it, I was like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just again, if you want to think of it from a critical point of view, you don't get an explanation like what the point of the fireball coming from wherever it came from and going into the womb.
Yeah.
It didn't do it. It didn't give her powers. It seemed to serve no real purpose. It didn't have to happen if she just given birth. I mean,
Right.
I guess it made the baby weird, which triggered the story of getting rid of it and then caused all those events to happen. But again, who cares? It was just
Exactly.
it was just all it was fun, and like I didn't mind that they were trying to put in humor too to like lighten things up.
No, I mean it's stupid, but it fit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I'm probably gonna watch this again someday, despite the poor quality of the film stock. It was probably the most scratchy movie we've watched.
Yeah.
Even more so than Headless Eyes.
Oh yeah, I mean at one point in this, there's just like a scratch in the film, and it just stays there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
But that's all right.
adds to the charm. But
Yeah.
I gave it a 7.
All right. That's
Is that
good rating.
Is that the first time you've rated one of my choices higher than me? Possibly.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's on tap for next time?
So a movie that I watched recently that I had never seen, and it's ridiculous. It is from 1981. It's called Mad Foxes.
You sent me a clip, but I also watched like a trailer, and there seems to be a lot of male nudity.
There's a lot of dicks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sausage, and there's a lot of both nudity. There's a rape scene that I laughed at out loud.
Oh, no.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I think you'll like might be a strong word, but I think you'll enjoy.
All right. And is it kind of like a biker movie?
Or, there's bikers in it.
Okay, that's
It's not a biker movie though. It's a revenge movie.
Oh, okay. With lots of dicks. Okay.
With more dicks than you would normally get in a movie outside of a porn.
All right, can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be next time.
All right, everyone, watch out for those pulsating egg sacs.
Yep. If you see someone wearing black scuba flippers flailing around on the floor, just get out of the way.
Yeah. Goodbye.